Hi, my tubies. As you see, I'm in my bedroom. I have on my shades in my bedroom. I took off all my makeup and I just want to make a quick video. God, I look crazy, but that's okay because we could just be crazy together. This is on love bombing. According to Dale Archer, who is Dale Archer? He's a psychiatrist and an author. When it comes to love bombing, I think he gave the perfect definition of what love bombing is. Is when you're being showered with affection, gifts, and promises for the future with someone that makes you feel that, oh my God, I just found my soulmate. This person is very loving, they're caring, they're affectionate, and they seem, hold on, unplug that, and they seem to just get you. Do you know how hard it is to find someone who can just get you? And then you notice how things tend to progress quickly. And you start to wonder whether, you know what, this is what I've been missing all my life. That's why I haven't been as happy as I should have been, because this is what I've been missing. However, hold up. Don't exhale just yet. You know why? You already know why, because it doesn't last. And as soon as you show a hint of caring about anything other than your new partner, your narcissist, they get furious with you. And then they'll tell you how selfish you are. You know how it is. Their mask, it slips. Their mask comes right off, it slips. And you see someone who's mean instead of that loving person. You now see someone who's mean, belittling, and who's unreasonable, disrespectful, abusive. You see the true colors of this narc. They can't comprehend that you have anything else going on in your life, and that, when you let them know that you're not everything in my life, I have other things that I'm interested in doing too. I have goals that I've set and I want to accomplish these goals. I have other friends and family members. They can't comprehend that. You're not supposed to have nothing else going on in your life except for them. Sometimes people repeatedly, do you ever notice this? And I got to agree with this. Why is it that I constantly keep meeting these narcs? Well, actually, this is like the first narc, but sometimes people, they repeatedly go for the same type of abusive relationship because of their issues that they haven't worked through, issues that they have not resolved. Deborah Ward, she wrote this book called Overcoming Low Self-Esteem with Mindfulness, and she broke it down better than anyone I've ever heard. She explains that we are attracted to people who remind us pretty much of our parents. I believe this is true because I tend to be attracted to men who need help. And the reason for that is because I remember so many times I saw my mother in need of help, and I was too small, I was too weak, or I was too young to help her. This is probably why I lean more towards men who need help. This kind of makes a lot of sense when you think about it. And as long as they are with me, to be honest with you, these men, they do so well. They do great. But the moment I'm no longer in their lives, they tend to fall by the wayside. Now, you got to keep in mind, if we have experienced some type of trauma in our life, perhaps with one of your parents or one of the past relationships that you have, you may be trying to fill that void. That's why you date similar people, because you might subconsciously, not really knowingly or consciously, but subconsciously, you keep thinking that you can fix the past with a different person. The damaging, toxic relationship may feel comfortable because it's the type of situation that you're used to. It's difficult to pinpoint love bombing. Somebody's getting ready to call me right now, and I hope that doesn't go through. Anyway, we'll do part 2. No, I'm going to just decline that. Anyway, yeah, so you get comfortable with the type of relationship that you're used to. I'm used to always being in a relationship where people need help, and that's what I do. Why? Because I'm good at it. Why? Because if you're down and out, I tell you, I can help make you a success, no problem. It's a gift. You know, it's difficult to pinpoint love bombing in the short term because let's think about this. When you are in a new relationship, all new relationships are exciting. There's promise and there's so much potential and you're getting to know each other and you like you know, you get all these like, oh yes, this is so great, it's so nice. And you actually get butterflies in your stomach. The emotional highs and feelings of giddiness are normal and not necessarily any cause for alarm. So of course you don't have your guard up because it's a new relationship, and new relationships are usually exciting. You know what isn't normal, however, let's think about this, is quickly falling into a serious relationship where your partner demands lots of your time, social media, texting, emails, instant messaging. They make it incredibly easy for you to be, for them to constantly be in contact with you. That's what's not normal. When relationships start way too fast. Like my ex narc, I told you, it wasn't even 3 weeks. You want to be my girl? You really? What? Really? That caught me off guard. That really did. But anyway. Oh, and then that constant calling me and texting me, and you don't really have much to talk about. It was annoying to me, to be honest. Really. You know, this is a person who now that I know the facts, this is someone who wanted to constantly love bomb me so that they could take advantage of me. You know, he's been doing this all his life, so of course he's a pro. This was new to me. You know, I had Greg, like I said, he was not a full-blown narcissist. He had moments of love, and he did things sometimes just to do good. Whenever this other Robert, my ex-narc, he never did nothing nice just for the night. No, it's always with some hidden agenda, you know? Now, you know that the first thing they do is they love bomb you, and then they devalue you. So now you're always on high alert, and you never want to do anything wrong. This came from a guy named Neo. You never want to do anything wrong because now they're starting to devalue you. He couldn't devalue me. Are you kidding me? Look at me and look at him. How could he say he's more valuable? No, didn't work. Anyway, he could never devalue me. Anyway, because of this constant devaluing you, and when they say devalue, nothing you do is right. They are nothing but complaints. They're never satisfied. I'm sitting up here working freaking. I work with the legal industry. I work sometime overtime. I work like a dog. I'm going back and forth from the state capitol, from over here to there and over here, sometimes carrying charts. I was exhausted. Only thing he did was what? Empty some garbage cans and wipe off some table. And now all he do is sit on his behind and drive around and smoke crack. That's all he does now. He don't work no real job. Pick people up, take them to their medical appointments. What is he doing with that? Sitting on his ass. And in between that, you know, he sleeps in between and he's smoking crack. Any female who's with him now, that's all he has to do with her. Sit on your ass, drive around, picking up hoes and whatever the hell along the way and smoke crack. That's all you gotta do. Drive around, smoke crack. That's it. Anyway, with me, oh no, baby. You have to have your brain. You have to use your brain. You have to be on God's team. You have to be out in the ministry. You have to be a provider, a protector. You have to know how to hold a decent conversation. You have to know how to have social skills. You have to know how to carry yourself as a man. With me, there's requirements. Well, with this other, whatever he's dealing with, sit on your ass, drive around, smoke crack. That's it. Bye now. Bye. Anyway, like I said, they start to love you, that love bombing thing, and then they just devalue you. No matter what you do, it's not good enough. That character couldn't understand how hard I was working. He never gave me credit for nothing. You know? And it's people who are weak-minded, never me. But because of their devaluing you, your standards could be lowered. Your boundaries are getting pinched upon, and you lose your sense of who you are. I never lost a sense of who I am. Like I said, my moon is in Leo, the king and queen of the jungle. Now, when the love bombing turns into devaluation, because you know how that goes, it can be traumatizing for people, a lot of people, and it can be heartbreaking. Everything they do From that moment on, when they're devaluing you, you know, you be sit up there, I'm going to try to bring back the wonderful person that I thought they were, the wonderful person who I met in the beginning. But in reality, sweetheart, that person never existed. It was a what? It was a mask. So you're trying to bring back something that's not even real. All the gifts and affection were transactional. Because narcissists, let me tell you about narcissists, those abusers are always thinking about what they can get out of the situation. They don't do nothing just to be kind like normal people do. No, they do things to see what can they get out of a situation. Like with my ex-narc, he wanted to drive me home. But then what happens? He wants to come and spend the night. He wants me to feed him dinner. I used to say, no, that's okay, kid. I don't need your, no, I don't need it. No, that's all right. You keep that. I didn't like to ride in his car with him anyway, because anytime I in the car with him, it gave me flashbacks. He's picking up prostitutes. They got all their vagina juices all in the car and all of this stuff he used to do. No, I didn't want to ride in his car. No, I told you, you want to ride with me? We'll ride together in Uber. You give me the money for it and we'll do Uber. How about that? I'm not comfortable in your car. When you look on the side of the driver's, the whatever, you don't want to see my face. You want to see the hoe that you was with last night. You don't want to see my face. You know? Now, don't forget that everything that they do for you is transactional. It's a transaction. It's never out of love. It's never out of the goodness of their heart. And they'll sit up there, no, it's never that, honey. Trust me. They're setting you up. Every move and every choice that they make is calculated. In return, you are going to end up feeling used. Because I felt used a lot. Like a shell. I never felt like a shell of the former person that I am, because I know who I am. Okay, next segment, we're going to talk about, I think, I'll talk to you about a devaluation or something like that. Anyway, this is Sheila True Love. Stay true to yourself, honey. You always have the choice. The choice is always yours. Stay true. And until next time, we'll talk again.